Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki from Janick Fashions, and in this video I will be walking you through the process of making a halter top. So I actually just finished making the halter top that I'm wearing right now. I don't have any pictures in this halter top, but I actually have made this halter top in black. I've made it in leopard print. I've made it as a part of a romper. As you can tell, I love making them and I love wearing them. You all can see exactly how I made this halter top without needing a pattern and without needing anything but measurements. If you are extra small, medium, large, or extra large, check the description box below and I will be linking measurements for all of those sizes. And if you are another size, let me know and I can calculate the measurements for you. If you're enjoying my tutorials and you want to see more like it, don't forget to press like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Alright, enjoy the tutorial. Alright, so I'll be using this pretty fun fabric to make a halter top. So in order to start, my fabric stretches in this direction. I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to fold it in half again. So I'm folding it in 4. Make sure this is the direction it stretches in. And so here's my fold line on my fabric. So for a change, I'm not actually going to be using anything as a pattern. I'm just going to be using the measurements that you see on the screen. Alright, so as you see, the bottom is going to be 14 inches, but since I have everything folded in half twice, I'm going to make that 7 inches. So when you open it up, it will be 14 inches on the back and 14 inches in the front. Now I am going to measure going up that 13 inches. And at that point, you can see that 14.5 inches need to go across. So I'm going to half that as well and get 7.25 inches going straight across. Okay, and now as you can see somewhere in between there, we have 13 inches. So around about here, we have 13 inches. So I'm going to half that as well, and I will get 6.5 inches. So what I want to have here is I want this to go in and then back out because you want it to be a nice fitted shape. So I'm going to just use a light line to sketch out that shape. And I want to show you just how easy it is to make this really cute piece. Now, another 5.5 inches going up. So we'll mark that out right here. And 7.25 going across. So you want to mark that out, half of that. So half of 7.25, let's see how good I am here, is 3 point something. 3.5, 3.65 I guess. So a little bit more than 3.5. And we mark that here. Now we have what will be the top of our halter top. And I'm going to curve going down to the other piece that we left off. Now that we have that shape, I can go ahead and cut around it, leaving space for my hems. I'm going to pin along the side seam on the left side and on the right side. So right now we only have one pin. I am going to unpin that pin, repin the top 2 layers here, and underneath I am going to pin in the same spot the bottom 2 layers together. And I'm going to pin the top 2 layers and the bottom 2 layers together all the way up. Once I have the side seams pinned together, I can fold this to get rid of the piece that I don't need in the back. And so I'm going to make sure I have just enough to hem this and that it forms a nice line going straight across the back. Alright, so normally I would sew up my side seams and then I would take care of hems, but in this particular case, I actually want to do the hems first the hem in the back and the hem along the sides. And the reason for that is it will make a much cleaner finish when I'm done, when I put the side seams together after I do those hems. In order to hem this, I'm just going to fold and fold again. So I'm going to double fold and pin along the back. I folded and pinned my hem in the back, and I also did the same for the side, the slant side, going up to the top of the shirt. And I'm going to go to the machine and sew those. I hemmed the back with a zigzag stitch, and I hemmed the top with a straight stitch. When you sew the side seams together, make sure that you're placing the top slant and the back in a nice straight line. You want to make sure that it's not offset. So just make sure to check that and then take it to the sewing machine. All right, so now all we have to do for this part of the shirt is hem the top and hem the bottom in the same way by double folding. But when we are hemming the top, you want to make sure that you give enough space. So you fold a relatively big fold the second time around so that you can fit a string through it. So I'm now done with the body of the shirt, and all we have left to do is create the string and stick it through the neck. So I cut a strip of fabric about a little bit more than 2 inches wide, and I'm going to fold it in half. And the fabric does stretch in this direction, and we need that stretch because when we're turning it around after sewing it together, we are going to need to stretch this a bit. I'm just going to pin along the fabric here, take it to the machine, and sew it with a zigzag stitch. After sewing this up with a zigzag stitch, you want to cut off the excess fabric on the edges so that we can turn it around more easily. In order to flip this over to the right side, I'm going to pin the end, and you want to make sure you have a nice solid pin and it's pinned properly. And then you're going to feed the pin in through one side and work your way down until you pull that pin out from the other side. And this is a very long strip of fabric, so it is going to take a while. Once I have my string turned over on the right side, I am going to take the same pin that I just used to turn it over, and I'm going to stick it through the hem at the top of the shirt. And now all we have to do is tie a knot at each of the ends, and then we're done.